Good evening, all, and welcome to the Tactical Devils. I'm your host, Jarvis Cocker, and with me tonight, I have my co-host, Stu Wally, the dynamic duo. Guys, girls, tonight we're going to break down the preview of Spurs Man United. Thomas Frank against Ruben Amorim. We will go through the formations, our predictions, what we think about the game, and there are some other updates. Apparently, Diego Leon is training hard and doing well with Man United at the moment. So maybe we could see a surprise. I don't know. But guys, girls, we will come into the show after the intro. But please do us a favor, smash the like and subscribe if this is your first time. We're actually trying to get more subscribers. Hopefully we can get up to 2,000 subscribers one day. So if you haven't, please do us a favor and smash that bell notification too while you're at it. Guys, girls, we will be back after the intro. So see you in a second. Boom, 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 and we are live. It's the Tactical Devils. It's Thursday night. It's 9 p.m. something, and my partner in crime, Stu Wally, is in the house. And also a lot of people have tuned in already. I see Catherine coming in and say, Jarvis, your timekeeping is shocking. I'm so sorry. I was waiting in the studio. We have another guy here coming in late, but it's busy. It's busy. Midweek or almost midweek. I'm knackered after a long day. I'm up.
Yeah, me too.
6:45 every morning. Go to work hard, come home, make dinner, fix everything, and that's life. But I can't complain. I have you guys. It's I'm super grateful that I have a Man United. That we have a Man United channel and can talk to you. This is a room for peace and prosperity and to get our mind off the busy days and stress in every ordinary life. So yes, Stu, how you doing, my friend? How your day been?
Yeah, about the same as yours, really. Up early. I'm going to a screening tomorrow of a TV program.
Ooh.
Which is going to be aired either on Paramount TV or Apple. So I'm going to screen it tomorrow on that. And yours truly may or may not be appearing in one of the episodes at a press conference. So I'll keep you all posted on that one. It's called
Celebrity
Speed Shop. Yeah.
Say again?
The Paddock Speed Shop. So we shall see. I'll keep you informed on that one. So I'm going to that screening tomorrow. And then I'm looking forward to the weekend, and the mighty Tipton Town on in action this weekend, which is great. So I'm going to do my very best to get out at some point and do the crossbar challenge, as Sean reminded me on his stream last night, because I just don't have time to do it, my old mate.
No, neither have I. I saw you in the chat on Sean's channel the other day. He's actually live as we speak. So I hope we didn't steal any of his viewers. But, guys, go check out United versus everybody. It's a great channel. It's a great channel.
Last night.
Tom Porter, good evening, Tom Porter, good to see you. We have Chiku coming in, big up Jarvis, big up Chiku, good to see you. And John Edmund is also here, coming in and say evening, legends, Stu Wally, Amorim, Jarvis, Man United. That's the emojis. In this program, I can't see the emojis, I only see the text. So.
They're very good. They're very good, the emojis. They're absolutely brilliant.
They are.
Catherine says, did I dye my hair? No. It must be. It's the white top, I think, that makes me look a bit darker. But no, definitely haven't dyed my hair.
Yeah, well, something.
Well, I got rid of the beard had to go as well.
Yes, that's it. I saw there was something fresh,
I had to look
something
a
new.
bit fresher for tomorrow. You know, I don't need a tux, by the way, but yeah, definitely need to look a bit fresher tomorrow.
Yeah, give me 2 seconds, too. I'm just gonna open up the show on my phone because I always need a backup. So if something goes
Yes,
wrong,
I do that. I do that as well. Yeah,
I'll watch it simultaneously on my Samsung.
yeah. I've got a Samsung and I don't rate it.
No, I'm not happy with mine.
No, it's
Am
poor.
I going to go over to the dark side next time and
Apple.
buy me an iPhone?
Well, I've had loads of iPhones, and I'm still. I don't know. I'm not 100% with either of them, really, to be honest.
No,
It's not good, is it?
Fred the Red, it's been a while, my friend. Big up.
Red,
Good to see you. Good to see you, Fred. We missed you. I'm glad you're back. I'm glad you are back. Fred the Red and day 147 evening champs mods and chats. Same with Grace Sheridan coming in. Big up, Grace. Good to see you. And Catherine says, I need smaller glasses. Well, I think they're plus 1.5 because when you get older, you can't see things up front. You need to take it as long as possible away from your eyes.
Mine are just readers.
Readers?
Yeah, okay. Just readers. I need them for reading.
Same. Yeah. You know,
Yeah.
It is how it is. And also, Catherine say, Stu, would you ever get...
No. I was born with a suitor. Just keep it as it is. Never. But
funny thing is, it's called rhinoplastic.
Yeah,
rhino.
That's it. Yeah, I don't think I'd ever be that superficial.
No.
I think you're born the way you're born. I think you just deal with the way you're born and just love it. That's what makes us unique.
Yeah, it's true.
Kind of.
And by the way, we have 0 viewers on Twitch, 10 on X, and 19 on YouTube. So people do us a favor and give us a retweet on X, so we get a little bit more views. But guys, I'm going to get going with the show. I'm not gonna keep you waiting. So let's just start with the game. So we are facing Spurs Saturday. I think it's 12:30 kickoff away on the new stadium of Tottenham Hotspur. And yes, as far as I know, Spurs has scored 7 goals in their last 5 matches. They won the last game 4-0 against FC Copenhagen in the Champions League. And Spurs haven't lost to Man United in their 7 last meetings. They have won 5 and 2 draws. So the statistics is not good. It's not looking good for any of us. Vicario, the goalkeeper, he's ranked third in saves per match in all competitions. They have 3.4 saves a game. So we are facing one of the better goalkeepers in the Premier League. And, we struggle with efficiency, but we have scored 11 goals in our last 5 matches. So in a way, you can say at the moment we are firing, unbeaten in 4 games. And some stats about the players. Bruno Fernandes, he has created the most big chances for Man United. And Mateus Cunha has the most shots on target per match for Man United. So, it will be interesting to see how it all plays out. But, the angle of the show and what I'm going to speak about right now before we go to the predicted lineups and how we think the game will play itself out, I want to talk a little bit about what's at stake. Stu Wally, this is the last game before the last international break this season or this calendar year.
Yeah.
So we know every time there's a break, we need to end on a high note. If not, it will be a complete meltdown in the fan base for the next couple of weeks, and we don't want that. I don't think there's any danger for Ruben Amorim to get the sack because of the current progression in the team. But it could easily change if we lose against Spurs. Us going away against a team that we lost 3 times against last season. How do you think the fan base will react if we don't win this game? Because we all felt a little bit of like murmur coming out after just drawing against Nottingham Forest. Do you think the fan base still will have faith in Ruben Amorim's project?
You can't. The trouble with football fans is they flip flop all the time.
We all do. We do.
Terrible.
We do.
And everybody does it. I've probably done it in the past, but you never change your club. So you never kind of fall out of love with your club. You just fall out of love with certain elements and aspects of your club. Tottenham is always a tricky one. Tottenham can go on a run of 6 games without winning. Then all of a sudden, we come to town and we get hammered. It's just one of those things. We can't ever seem to turn a corner against Tottenham. However, I don't think they're that great at the minute, Spurs. I know Van der Ven, who's in my dream team, by the way, everybody, is doing quite well at the moment. But he's not come up against a firing Cunha, a firing Mbeumo, and I would hazard a guess a very energetic Mason Mount on Saturday rather than Sesko. So I kind of think that this represents and presents for us the best opportunity to gather and beat them. And gather and beat them we will do, but we won't beat them easy. It won't be a 2-0. It won't be a 3-1. It will be a very, very tight 6-1 to Manchester United. And the problem is, Jarvis's face, you did not pick up on that at all, did you?
No. I was reading something. Sorry.
No. It'll be
I'm a bad host. Sorry,
yeah,
but I'm producing the show at the same time, so you gotta excuse me for
it'll be a very tight game. It will be a tight game, and I expect them to put us under big pressure. I don't expect us to have a lot of the ball on Saturday. I expect us to be under big pressure, but I expect us to go and win on the counter attack because Cunha and Mbeumo are absolutely lightning. And I think that's how we're gonna play. You'll probably see us adopt a bit more of a longer ball play. Again, I think you'll see a very similar setup, a very similar way of playing against Tottenham as we did against Liverpool. And so the interesting thing for me is Thomas Frank's had the upper hand with Manchester United recently anyway, whoever's been in charge.
How did we do against Brentford last season? Do you remember? Probably lost.
We got beat.
Yeah.
And we haven't played well against Brentford under Thomas Frank.
No.
So, but you're not seeing a great Tottenham. I think their position's a little bit false at the moment, to be honest.
2 losses, 1 draw, 2 wins in the last 5, including Champions League.
Exactly. So I think it's a bit false, their position, where ours is genuine. We are genuinely where we should be, or where the points are falling. So I expect us to win. I don't expect them to be able to handle Cunha. I don't expect them to be able to handle Mbeumo. It's going to be massively interesting. Hugely interesting what we do in the middle of the park and how we play the game in the middle of the park.
Yeah.
But we need to go back to the single pivot with Casemiro. Hate calling it pivot, winds me up. But the single source midfield in terms of Casemiro.
One DM.
And then you must rely on Dalo and Dalo. Dalo and Dalo.
It's a joke. You can't rely on Dalo. He's useless.
I know you can't, but you must rely on him.
Dalo is.
Yeah. We must play. Slightly inverted if they come at us in the middle, and wider if they come at us down the wings. But we must rely on Diallo. We must rely on Dalo to cut the gaps that we experienced against Forest. Tottenham though don't have an Anderson, do they? And that's good for us. And they're not bad at the back. But you can always get at Romero.
Sorry for interrupting you, but I do have one of the best midfielders of the Premier League era, the last 6-7 years.
I would go that with Palhinha. Yeah, I know that.
Yeah,
And I'd have taken Palhinha in the summer.
I know.
But I want us to be able to. I think he may come unstuck against us if we play the way that we played against Liverpool. And I'm only citing that, by the way. We demolished Szoboszlai. We kept Gravenbach quiet. We could do that with these types of players, but we played a system that enables us to do that because we didn't play Bruno as deep against the guys as we played Casemiro as you kind of you hold him on. So look, I agree with you about Vicario. I don't rate him as a goalkeeper, but he's up there as one of the best in the Premier League. You're absolutely right. And Bentancur's a fantastic footballer. Kudus is playing exceptionally well at the moment. They're not missing the likes of Son at all, which is I thought they would. But there's just something, can't quite put my finger on why I think we can win. But I think we come away same score as Liverpool, 2-1 winners.
2-1. So we're coming in with the prediction already.
Yeah, 2-1 winners.
Okay. I'll save mine for later for the suspense of the show. Day 147 comes in and say quite a few saying early kickoff equals and boring game. That's just say lack of confidence in us. You might be right, but we usually struggle with the early kickoff. I don't know why, but it feels like we never win when it's an early kickoff.
Good for Tottenham. It's not good for Tottenham. They played Wednesday night and they got a Saturday at 12:30. Shouldn't be allowed. They should be a Saturday afternoon 5:30 kickoff.
In a way, it's outrageous from the Premier League.
It's outrageous. Yeah. It's outrageous.
But it's all about the TV money,
It's good for us. What you said though about with regards to if we don't win and then we've got a week, because it's only a short international week, isn't it? I think we've only got one game, haven't we? I think it's a short international week. If then I don't think it'll have too much of an impact on us. To be honest, even if we came away with Tottenham with the draw. Although I do think we'll beat them, then it's still good for us in terms of progression. We're still going to be in and there or thereabouts. Come away with a win, we're going to pop ourselves up to second, aren't we, or third, until the game's playing themselves out. So we could be in the nets in a net six at the end of it, at the end of the week, at the end of the results, depending, because we've got Liverpool and City at 4:30 Sunday afternoon, haven't we?
Yes.
City are playing quite well at the moment. Liverpool maybe have turned a slight corner. Who knows?
Well, the City now have Cherky back from injury, and he looks amazing for
looks
Manchester City. I watched second half. Was it yesterday? They played against
Dortmund,
and I think City looks really good now with Cherky coming on the pitch, and it's not just everything on Haaland. That now they have two threats, because City has been a little bit one-dimensional. It's only Haaland, and everything relies on him. But now they have two. So again,
The interesting thing about Liverpool is they beat a very poor Real Madrid on the night. On the night, Madrid were woeful. They were terrible against the Scousers. So that could well go in our favour. So I think you're right, Jarvis. It's a real important game for us.
It is.
Because we have Everton and then we've got Palace. So, we've got, Everton, I think we can beat because it's at home, Monday night at home. Then we're away at Palace, aren't we? Monday night away against Palace. Palace are a bit hit and miss at the moment, aren't they? In terms of their play.
But they are hard to beat,
Difficult side to beat at home.
Really
and so it's an important 3 games. If we could get, Jarvis, if we can pick up 9 points, in out of that, then we've laid the foundations for a great season. So I agree with you. I think it's going to be a really interesting game. I'm looking forward to it personally on Saturday, but I want the lads to go in there with a lot of confidence. I want us to go in there and say, hold on, we've been away to Liverpool, we've beaten them. let's go to Tottenham and beat them. We should have beaten Forest. I think we should have beaten Forest. Really. I mean, Forest got a 0-0 away, didn't they, in Austria tonight? I think missed penalty. I was listening to some of it in the car. Gibbs White missed penalty. So I think we can go away, but it will be hugely difficult. But I'm really looking forward to it.
Me too. I'm looking forward to it. I'm trying to. Can I do this? Is it possible to show the chat on screen?
Oh yes, yeah.
It's in your face. No,
that's all right. That's fine. That's fine. You can put the chat on screen. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, we can try it. We can try it for a little while. It feels strange, but now I can read the comments.
Yes.
What font do we want to go? Small, medium, or
big? Well, no one else says we can't see. Perhaps we need to go large.
Yeah, I'm just thinking for myself. What do we actually expect? We lost 3 games against Spurs last season. We
did.
I feel that they have our number, and every time we meet Spurs, we struggle. And I don't know why, because Spurs are one of the bigger teams in the league, but it feels like we can't quite motivate ourselves to go in and win the game. And I feel it's kind of an opposite thing, when we meet Liverpool, Chelsea, Manchester City, we mobilize something extra, but we never do that against Spurs. So for me now, it's up to Ruben Amorim. I feel like he's relaxed at the moment as a coach, but I'm not sure if it's a good thing. I want him to be more fired up. I don't like when coaches, Ferguson, he was never happy with the draw and excuse the players. And I think Amorim, he gives the players a little bit too much leeway. You got to keep the pressure. Now we won 3 games. Why come out and say, yeah, I'm glad we came back? Last season we would probably have lost this game. I see progress, stuff like that. I think it gives the players a little bit of a cushion, and I don't think they need it, because a lot of this, as we talked about, this mentality, and it's about resetting, starting over again, go again, and do it every week, every game. And I'm not quite sure. I think Amorim looks a little bit too relaxed at the moment. And I don't know, Stu, what's your take when it comes to Ruben Amorim and how because we know, let's say 5 games ago, 5 games ago, he was just sitting on the sideline, holding his head, being really negative. But now he's just, yeah, I'm happy. I'm happy.
Look, the problem is Amorim is in a situation now where he can't win. The only way he's going to really get the fans behind him is by delivering a trophy. Whether or not he delivers the Premier League, delivers the FA Cup, because that's it. That's all we've got. We haven't got anything else. We're at the Carabao Cup. We've got nothing else. Okay, so he wins the FA Cup. That's absolutely brilliant for English people, English fans. The FA Cup's the Holy Grail. Always has been, always will be. A lot of the younger fans don't necessarily appreciate the magic and the power of the FA Cup, but the older fans do. And the reason why the FA Cup is so important to us is chances are, Jarvis, that 1 or 2 devilish tacticos have played in the FA Cup. Mark's coached in the FA Cup. We played in the FA Cup, and it's kind of, even in the preliminary rounds, before you get to the first round proper, there are FA Cup games, and you do compete in the FA Cup at levels. And that's the real special part of it. And a lot of, big up. A lot of the devilish tacticos, 1 or 2 of them may well just have played in the FA Cup, which is, for me, it's brilliant. It's great. So Amorim is this season, because of the way that he started, and that the last 6 months of last season, and the up and downness of this season, and now we've got a little bit of momentum going. We still refuse as fans to kind of get behind him and say, you know what, he's turned the corner. But I've always said this, pal, and I always will. And you more than anybody that recently played, the gaffer gives it the big one in the dressing room. You're all pumped up, you're all fired up, and then you're shite when you go out there. Not for any other reason. It's got nothing to do with the gaffer. It's got nothing to do with the atmosphere. It's whatever. It's you can't trap for whatever reason. On that particular day, a bag of cement or a concrete block could land on your foot and it'd still bounce away from you. You can't get on it, and you don't know what is. I've got rabies or something. What's going on today? I don't know. And that's the beauty of football. That's why I love football so much. It's so it's you just can't write any kind of script for football. And that's the best thing about it. So, but then the following game, Jarvis, you go back out. Your left foot becomes a wand. Everything you do, turns to goal, and that's just the beauty of football. So, I want us to be able to go out there on Saturday and play with this real freedom now. Don't be looking over at the bench. Don't be looking and seeing whether Amorim's crouched, whether he's on the sidelines, whether he's smoking a pipe, whether he's snogging some girl in the crowd. You don't want to know, because as a player, you shouldn't know. You shouldn't see what he's doing. You listen. But if we play brilliantly and Dalo has a Dalo-ness, then we're fucked. So that's the fine line of football right now.
We have to continue this about Dalo, because it's on Amorim for picking him now, because Dalo is dreadful. In Dalo's excuse, I would say, okay, he's not a left back, and he's definitely not a left wing back. He's predominantly a right back in a 4-4-2, 4-2-3, 1-4-3-3 system.
Yeah, he's a right back.
He would thrive, and he's a quite good right back. But as a left wing back, first of all, should we criticize him for being played out of position?
No.
Or is it on the coach? And second of all, what alternatives do we have for playing the left wing back? Because it must mean that Amorim is in some kind of squeeze, because he doesn't know who to pick in that position. Because he obviously clearly he sees that Dalo is struggling at the moment. He's not doing well.
We have an issue with him. Yeah, we have an issue because when he's at Lisbon, he's picking Quenda. Quenda was left wing back, wasn't he? Is that correct?
Quenda, yeah.
Yeah, so he picked Quenda. Chelsea bound Quenda. And he knew what he was doing. He knew what he was getting. And he's looked at Dorgu, and Dorgu hasn't been able to play the position that he wants. And then we also looked at Dalo, and Dalo clearly can't play the position that he wants. And he doesn't trust Malacia. Okay, that's fine. Diego Leon was never going to start the season. It was always going to take time.
But Diego Leon is actually doing quite well, and he's been training with the first team now and doing actually well. He scored a brilliant goal, run from 60 yards, carried the ball and scored. So now he's knocking on the door.
Yeah, but you're not going to see him until January. January onwards is when you're likely to see Diego Leon. It's going to have that extra couple of months. And so he's got an issue. And I said to you 2 weeks ago, stick Diallo there. Stick Amad Diallo there. I think it'll do a better job with Luke Shaw. But Dalo gets caught out of position. But when he's in the fullback area, although he was rinsed on another channel the other day, but when he's in the fullback area, he has a knowledge of what to do and where to be. When he's in the wing-back area, he doesn't. He struggles because, as you quite rightly say, he's a fullback, period. Yeah, that's what he is. He's just a fullback. So what I'm interested to see is if you are going to play Dorgu, then you push Dalo across to the right side. For us, you'd be better off putting Mazzari there as a left wing back, because I think he's the better option for us. And you take Dalo out the side. Now, if you listen to Sean's show last night, Sean's suggesting there may be a bit of nepotism attached to Mr. Dalo and Mr. Amorim.
Yeah, Noradin is also saying something that the great granddad was related, something like
that. Yeah, there appears to be nepotism around or somewhere along that. I don't know. But anyway, Dalo's going to play, and we all know Dalo's going to play. So we just need to make sure he has a really solid game. I see no reason for Amorim to change the system and change the team, apart from potentially Sesko drops down and Mount comes in.
Yeah. And I see Chico coming in and say, also personally, I wanted Dalo out since 2022 because he's a decent at best, but will never be world class. I'm surprised he's so bad at. I'm not surprised he's not. He's so bad at left wing back. But he's a Portugal international. He's played for Man United. He was one of the biggest fullback talents in the world when we brought him in under Mourinho.
He was.
He played for the Portuguese, I would say under 14, 15, 16, 17, and every team since he was young. And I think he has a really professional attitude when it comes to how he approaches the game and training. I think he's always on time and he gives everything in every aspect of the game. So, I don't think it's a coincidence that the managers like him and pick him, because I think he has the right mentality when it comes to how to conduct himself as a professional. But yeah, I agree. He's obviously not good enough for Man United, but he has experience. He played for, didn't he play for AC Milan at one time?
Yeah, went on loan. Yeah, we sent him on loan.
Yeah. So I think he learned the trade of being a tactical, smart defender. But
played left wing back, believe it or not, or left back.
Yeah. Well, I played left back, right back. It's actually not that difficult to change sides. It's basically the same.
Yeah.
It's all about defending, blocking crosses, and stop the winger, and try to go out wide, receive the ball with the right angle. If you're on the left, you turn your body. If you're on the right, you turn your body to take it with you in one touch. You got to open your body. Not close it down. Usually, if you're predominantly a right back and you move to the left side, the problem is people turn around and they receive with the right foot, and then you are put under pressure because you need to turn with the ball. So you just need to take it with one touch and get going. So but these are professionals. You played yourself now.
Yeah, I played left back and I played at right back. Yeah, I just take the ball with my left foot if I'm at left back, and right from her, I'm at right back. It's not difficult to allow the ball to roll into you and and deal with it. But Dalo's problem at wing back is his positional play. He's always out of position on transition and turnover, and it's a big problem for us. And Luke Shaw kind of did help him out a great deal, as you pointed out, against Forest. And we can't allow that because he'll be up against Kudus. Yes, he'll be up against Kudus, won't he?
He will be. Sorry about that.
I'm sure Kudus plays on the rise.
We can open up the predicted lineups and look at it. I have to say it's the predicted lineup, so we don't know anything yet. There were a presser today, but
yes, okay. I haven't had a chance to catch up with the presser.
We gotta remove this. Okay, here we go. So let's say we have Udogi at left back, Van der Ven, Romero, and who's the last one? Let me just bring it up a little bit.
Porro.
Is Pedro Porro and Bentancur and Sarr. I don't think Sarr will start. I think Polina will start.
Polina starts for me. Is Kudus injured then?
Say again?
Is Kudus injured then?
No, I think there were some reports that he was back, so I reckon he will start. That's my take. Yeah.
I think Kudus starts. Yeah,
and Brendan Johnson, Xavi Simons, Odobert, and Kolo Moani, but even Richarlison can start. So he's their top goal scorer, 3 goals so far.
I would expect Richarlison to start. I agree. I think Brennan Johnson to the bench, and I expect Kudus in his place. Johnson obviously scored the fatal goal, didn't he, in the Europa League final? It was Brennan Johnson, I think. Yeah. Xavi Simmons.
Also Luke Shaw. Luke Shaw.
It was, yeah. Xavi Simmons, I ain't seen a great deal from him. Can learn in the Premier League, isn't he? But I expect him to start. Sarr, I like Sarr a lot. I think he's an excellent player. Oh, is he? Oh, yeah, you'll have to.
Big up, Ben. Big up, Ben.
That's young Benjamin, isn't it?
Say again?
Is that young Ben?
Yeah, it's Ben. It's Ben. Elmo 2000 on Twitch.
On Twitch. Oh, the legend it is, Ben. Good to. I was listening to him on Nuruddin show the other night as well. Yeah, good lad.
Ben is not the biggest fan of Bruno Fernandes, to say the least.
I know. Yes, I know. Yeah, but speaks a lot of sense. But apart from that, Jarvis, I expect that to be the starting 11.
Yeah,
I totally agree with that. But I don't see, unless Kudus is injured, I don't see Brendan Johnson. Yeah. Kulusevski, is he still injured, Jamie Wayne? I'm sure he is, Kulusevski, because he's destroyed us the last 3 times, hasn't he? Him alone. Kulusevski.
Yeah. He's a fantastic player.
Sean's in the house.
Oh, big up, Sean. Big up. Good to see you.
Sean. Big up.
Good to see you. Let me check the injuries, the injury situation. Give me 2 seconds. I'll just scroll a little bit down.
Big up to Stephanie Griffiths. She's in the house as well, I think. Yeah, big up, Steph.
So
Bilal's in. Good to see you, Bilal. Jamie's in. Good to see you, Jamie.
A lot of people tune in. Big up.
Loads. Irish Pit Terrier is in as well.
That's Danny B. Big up, Danny B.
That's Danny B. Of course, I always get these new. Sorry, Danny. These new names, not good. And Jay's in as well, isn't he?
Big up.
Big up, Jay Azobi.
Big up, Sean. I watched your show.
It was great last night.
A little bit and eavesdropped on your preview. I think you are spot on when you talk football tactics. You know your stuff. So yeah,
he does.
Yeah. But yeah, talking about the injuries, let me just scroll down a little bit. So you see here, bench injured, suspended players. So Kinski, Austin, Jet Spence, Roswell, Danson, Palinja.
Oh, Palinja.
Have a long list. Palisson, Kudos, Gray, Davis, Takai, Kulusevski injured, knee injury late November 2000, and Madison still crucial ligament injury early January, so beginning of next year. And Lucas Bergvall, on I think it was Saturday, he was subbed after 6 minutes because of a concussion head injury. If Bissouma is injured and Solanke. So, looking at this, Spurs have a lot of injuries going into this game. Yeah.
What's our injury list then?
Our injury list is officially Lisandro Martinez.
There you go, then.
But he's back in training, so I think he's fit. But we are cautious. We don't want to rush him back. We want to take our time. So we talked about this. You know how easy you can get a new injury on the other foot because of
Yes. No, definitely.
Stephanie in the house. Big up, Stephanie. Good to see you. Hope you're well, Steph. Hope you well. Yes, but this game again. If you look at the league, there's a tight race from 2nd to 12th. So there's almost 10 places in the league. If you win, we can end up sitting 2nd in the league after next round, or we could end up sitting 12th. Do you think it affects us as a fan base?
No, because it's that tight.
Yeah.
It's an irrelevance. As I say, if we end up finishing 2nd, we'll probably net 6th. So by the time the game's closed, we're probably in around 6th position. So I think we're in a really strong position at the moment. We're where teams I don't believe think we should be. It's a good 8th for us at the moment. We're there on merit.
Yeah, you see, we sit 8th. We have 17 points. Spurs have 17 points. So It's goal difference, but they have much better goal. They have +9. We have +1.
It's worth pointing in mind that City have only got 19 points.
Mm.
So, you know, we're not a million miles away from anything. There's only Arsenal that are clear at the moment, and they deserve to be clear because they don't concede. They didn't concede again in the Champions League. They won 3-0.
But the thing is, you know, if we lose this game, Spurs will be 3 points off, and you know, will be a little bit of a gap, I would say. So again, I think this is a must-win game, and I don't want. At least we can't lose. A draw would be like acceptable going away against Spurs. I believe. Would you take a draw?
No, not really. We've got to beat them. But Tottenham, don't forget though, Jarvis, will lose those 3 points anyway. You know, Tottenham is so inconsistent at the moment. Where are we? Drawn, one lost, one lost. You know, Chelsea were miles better than them, weren't they? Tottenham were woeful that game. So we've just got to go there and absolutely smash them up. We've got to get stuck in, knock them around a bit, you know, knock the ball around a bit, knock them about a bit as well. Play a bit old school football against them and see where it brings us. But you know, Vicario, he's one of those. He can have a brilliant game or a shocking game. Romero, Porro, brilliant games or shocking games. And we're hoping now a shocking game. One of the most consistent defenders, Jed Spence, been injured, hasn't he, for a while? And that's good
Jed
for
Spence,
us.
yeah, he's a brilliant player. I love Jed Spence. You know, he's been so good for Spurs, and we have really struggled because he's have had I would say kind of a free role inverting into the midfield, help Spurs overload us. Even against Ten Hag's Man United in the beginning of last season. So I think we should be happy that he's not playing. To be honest, we have a super chat coming in from Bilal. Big up, Bilal. Big up. I am Titanium. Let's give him the super chat jingle.
I'm gonna give him. He gets the orange today, Bilal gets the orange. There you go. Oh.
I have the yellow ones.
You give him the yellow ones. He gets the orange ones. Look at these beauties. My old running glasses.
Running glasses.
Well, I say running. You know, hobbling glasses. We can't lose 5 games in a row to Spurs. You're absolutely right, Bilal. Although if Frank, the United Strand, went and said, "Can we? You know, I won't come here till we lose 5 games in a row to Spurs," he'd be in with a shout. But he will be absolutely distraught, the old United Strand today. Although he's getting a bit of stick now, isn't he? I've noticed there's been a bit of a backlash toward him, which is really unfortunate.
Why?
So, well, they're saying now that, I mean, this is the moronic football fan is saying that it's too much pressure on the players. The players. I know. I can't believe it. Dalo's come out and said
that's fucking ludicrous. How can a guy growing his hair put pressure on millionaires, footballers?
And he's going to make a lot of money for charity. So
that's total nonsense.
Of course it is.
And if I was the gaffer and I heard one of the players feeling anxious or nervous because of a random guy not cutting his hair, you know, I would boot the player out of the team and say, "You have nothing in a Man United shirt. You shouldn't be here. Get out. Get out." I would put him in the reserves right away. You know, it's not how it is, you know, being a football. I think no. I'm not having it. It's
easiest job in the world.
Yeah.
Easiest job in the world. Come on.
And the best job. What's your job? My job is to eat, sleep, play football,
earn millions of pounds,
and repeat.
Yes, and earn millions of pounds doing it.
Oh, I wish that was my life. You know.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Jamie Wayne, we're not winning 5 in a row. Cut your hair.
It's a cutting. Well, you know, Look at my. I need a haircut. Maybe I should do
Mine,
the
mine
same
definitely needs haircutting. Stephanie thinks I've dyed it because it needs haircutting.
thing.
I've got to get it cut. Got to get it cut.
Yeah, but Redstone comes in and says some players are ridiculously superstitious, and that's true. I've
They
I've
are. It's
been in
very
the
true.
in
Very
the
true.
dressing room with the guys. You have to put on your left sock first, right foot, left boot, right boot. You got to tie it in the right order. It's so many rituals going on in the
I
locker
haven't
room.
got any.
No, neither do I.
I haven't got any unless number 8 is my only. I have to wear number 8. That's my only. Anything.
Why? It's a numbers, dude.
Yeah, but I've always worn it, and I don't know where. I don't know why. It's even when if we go somewhere on tour or whatever, and I'm playing for a different team, I've got to wear it. I've got to have 8. Otherwise, I'd rather wear no number.
Stu, Bilal is giving you a challenge.
Shave your hair.
If you win 10 in a row, you need to shave.
Yeah, win 10 in a row. Yeah, win the Premier League in the next 5 seasons. Shave it. No, I look rubbish with no hair.
You might look good, but nah, don't do it. Don't do it.
No,
We're not taking the challenge.
I'll grow a big bushy beard.
You can do that.
No,
I can't do it. I can grow a mustache and like.
Yeah, the problem is for me, it gets too scratchy and itchy, and I hate that.
Horrible. Das is in the house. Big up Das. 007 coming in. The only thing I'm superstitious about is getting sleep. Well, that's actually a good thing, Getting sleep is so important. I try to say this to my kids all the time. And by the way, talking about my kids, I'm listening. I'm hearing small feet running over the floor. What are they doing? They should be sleeping right now.
No, kids don't do that. Don't do that.
Yeah. But I take away their iPads, everything, nothing in.
Father Christmas won't be coming down your chimney, will he?
No. I don't even have a chimney. I live up in the north.
He won't be coming in the window then. Father Christmas, like he's not getting in that window.
Yeah,
because Philip's still about there, isn't he? Because he's only 8, isn't he?
Yes. Well, he don't believe in Santa. He's too logical. He's like me. He's like
yeah. You guys are though, aren't you? You're very logical.
Yeah.
Right,
Entire Simba comes in and say my ritual when playing football was putting on my right boot first before the left boot because I'm predominantly right-footed and my left foot is only used for tap-ins.
Tap-ins, nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that at all.
But in your time as a footballer, what's the worst superstition or ritual you've seen?
The worst superstition, the worst superstition or the stupidest superstition I've seen is that, and I'm not going to name any names because
you don't have to. You don't have to.
But one player used to have to have his shin pads touched by another player, specifically one player. So he used to walk up, get across the dressing room, have his shin pads touched, and then he could and put them on. And I'm like, what?
Did he just stretch out his leg or?
No, hands. He put the pads out like that, and it was like hands on the pads. Whether it was like a touch or I just used to go, the fuck are you doing? But that's what it was. He used to have his, but it was 2 players. One player had to touch the other player's pads. I have no idea if anything else was touched apart from the pads. I'm just saying. He had to do it with the pads. So that's the worst and the most ridiculous superstition I've ever seen.
You remember this one? He needed to be the last one after the locker room.
And he always used to put his shirt on, so he wouldn't put his shirt on until he walked out. I don't do that at all. No.
We all remember Roy Keane in the tunnel.
Yes.
Didn't wait for him. They were just.
Yeah, Roy Keane wouldn't. Yeah, Roy Keane.
Wouldn't take no nonsense. We just looking at the watch, looking at the ref. The ref said, "Wait." he said, "Fuck it." He just walked
Okay,
in,
away we go. Yeah,
and
no,
then you see
yeah.
Collins coming there, putting on his shirt.
That was just ints all over, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That was his. That's what got him up for games. So, but no, it was never right, but left beat for me. Stock or whatever. I have my foibles with my bag, as you well know, Jarvis. I have my foibles in my bag. My bag is like rammed, and I always get laughed at because
you always come with like 30 pairs of football boots
Yeah.
to every game because you need the right studs.
Yes,
Then
correct.
you need to check the pitch before you walk on, and like
Yes.
it's a little bit dry. I need these studs.
3 pairs of shin pads, because each boot sometimes can require a different shin pad depending on fitting and things of that nature. Yeah, loads of stuff. But no, I never got a specific ritual. But interesting. Interesting.
Siegfried comes in and say, sleep, most important thing. I have played football for 15 years. It's the most important thing. No sleep, no performance. Tell that to Jadon Sancho.
Isn't that, what's his name? The lad. What was his name?
Who? Sancho?
No, the Siegfried. What's his... I recognise the picture. Is that the young lad? No, I can't remember. These new names, they're killing us.
I'm so sorry, Siegfried.
All I'll say to you is keep going, fella. Play as long as you can, mate. Play as long.
But if you look at his thumbnail, he looks like a guy who works out and have a routine.
He looks a big lad. Yeah. I'm in my 50th year of playing. My 50th year
big up.
Of playing. So I need to keep going, Job. Yes, my 50th year. I started when I was 5. So I'm in my 50th year.
Impressive. United versus everybody. Sean comes in and say, I don't have superstitions. I have a warm-up routine and whatnot before a match. Just got to go through my little motions and exercises. Yeah,
so
that's the most sensible thing.
Hugely important, that is. So Sean, I spend 15 to 20 minutes warming up on my own, even on a Wednesday night where it's open age kickabout with the lads for an hour and a half. I always get there early and I warm up on my own. Otherwise I'll seize up on the pitch. So I've got to do specific exercises to get me through the game.
For me, I think my only ritual is showing up a couple of minutes late, just to get my adrenaline going. Just and then
and the Jarvis chop.
And the Jarvis, yeah. Let's not forget about the Jarvis chop.
Who can forget about the Jarvis chop? Nobody can. Look, I was on the FA on England's website the other day, and I was a coach there, and he got the Jarvis chop, and he was explaining to people how to do the Jarvis chop, and I wrote to him, I said, "Look, I know the man himself."
But I have to say, I grew up in the north, and it's the winter is long. It's like 6 months.
God, isn't it just
long and dark? So there were no football pitches. Sometimes we trained outside. We snow plowed the pitches, and played with studs with spikes.
Proper spikes.
Yeah. When I was growing up, like early. Now we're talking late 80s, early 90s.
Yeah.
There were no indoor arenas like we have now. With artificial grass and training facilities. So during the winter time, we mostly played into what do you call it, gyms, indoor.
Yeah, gyms.
So I played futsal 6 months of the year.
Futsal,
and then I played. But it's not the type of futsal we see nowadays. We have those yellow, hairy footballs. Those.
So you just played indoor football then, yeah.
Indoor football. Yeah.
So I was just trying to think. The first time I played on an artificial surface, so that would be.
You don't have many of them in Britain.
Oh, we got tons. But the first
you do?
one,
okay.
Yeah, the first one was Lilleshall. We played up at Lilleshall, and the artificial.
What is it? The old-fashioned one? Just
like
the
very
carpet
first one. The very first one, yeah. So that would have been the late 80s. 89, I'm thinking I might have been about 19, maybe 18, 88. It was put in by the FA, Lilleshall, because it was a centre of excellence. So it was probably one of the very first outside, professional football clubs.
I remember Luton having a artificial.
We got
pitch
beat.
in
Our
the
record was
80s.
in the 80s.
What's the name of the pitch of Luton?
Kenilworth Road.
Calumet Road.
Kenilworth Road, yeah.
Yeah. I remember they had the Danish striker. Remember his name? He always used to have some kind of protection on his right knee.
Danish striker.
Like a heavy, big bloke, Danish guy. He scored a lot of goals for Luton. And I think they're... Yeah. Well, now we talked about...
I think Mick Harford scored the goal that stopped our 11-game winning run. We'd won the first 10.
Okay.
We went away to...
Yeah. 86.
80, yeah, it must have been 86 then, yeah. But Mick Harford scored the winning goal, the biggest one now.
Mm-hmm. By the way, Johnny K is a little bit of a superstitious guy. He put his right sock and boot on first because I was right-footed. Also used to step onto the pitch with my right foot because you want to set off the right. So.
Yeah, no problem with that. No issue with that. But yeah, I never did that really. I'll stick any boot on at any time, unless I'm benched. Then fuck it.
But wasn't it any? Yeah, Loftus. Yes, Loftus Road. Loftus Road.
What's that? That's QPR. That is. QPR was Loftus Road. Luton was Kenilworth.
Yes. I don't know why I keep mixing QPR and Luton, but it's...
I don't know because they're completely different colours.
They are. But they're both London-esque.
London, because Luton's not quite London, but yeah.
No,
Luton's got an airport. Luton Airport.
Really?
Yeah, it's got an airport.
What's the name of the airport? Luton Airport?
Luton Airport, yeah.
Okay.
Luton Airport.
I know Heathrow, Gatwick, and there's a third one where the Ryanair...
There's 4 airports in London. There's Heathrow, Gatwick, City Airport, which is in the city, and also Stansted.
Stansted, yeah. And Luton.
Outskirts, but yes.
Okay.
Outskirts, yeah. If you live in London, you won't have Luton attached to you, trust me.
Okay. I think
when Vicky's on, don't mention Luton.
Cass originally from Luton. Didn't he say it once?
Who's that? Sorry.
Cass.
Cass might
Never a foul.
Yeah, Cass. Possibly. Yeah. Don't mention if Vicky comes on. Don't mention Luton to her. Lorraine Chase. That's it. Steph. I was thinking. I was wondering. I'll be checking out more in December. So Burnley.
Yeah.
So Sean's coming over. Yeah, Sean, let us know when you're over and we'll get together.
Sounds like a plan. But I'm not going to Britain in December, but I'm actually planning a trip to Britain, hopefully this season. So I would do it. And we need to do a meetup in Manchester area.
We need to get pissed.
Yeah.
All stay over and get hammered.
100%. We drifted off. Let's go back to the game.
Drift off, yes, as always.
Superstition, artificial grass. Yeah. Well, to mention about superstition, do you remember Bartes and Laurent Blanc?
Laurent Blanc with he never did it United. The head kiss. He wouldn't do it at United. They did it for France, didn't they? Always.
Didn't they do it for United? Never.
No. Well, he might have done it once, but it was a big thing. They made the decision they wouldn't do it at Manchester United.
He always kissed his head before.
Always kissed his head, yes. Yeah. God only knows why.
Maybe it's I don't know.
Who knows? Everybody, Sean's in the UK between Boxing Day and January 31st. So if you're in the Manchester area, Burnley area, let us know and we'll all get together. We'll set something up.
Are you going to catch the? Is it the Newcastle game? That's Boxing Day, I believe. Newcastle.
No, we wouldn't be.
Man United.
It's no. Well, there's only one game on Boxing Day this year in the UK. and I don't think they've decided who that is yet.
Okay, maybe I'm wrong. I thought it was the Newcastle game, but maybe
Usually there's a whole card on Boxing Day, but I think this year it's going to be slightly different.
Okay, well,
but it might change again.
It's a Christmas tradition. Why change it? For me,
I don't know why they're even doing
and
it.
Especially Boxing Day, because Christmas Eve, and the first day of Christmas, and then second day of Christmas comes, and you're a little bit fed up. You have eaten too
Boxing
much.
Day, everybody loves Boxing Day football. It's the best.
Then you have football. You can actually,
it's the best thing ever. Boxing Day football. I played a few times on Boxing Day as well in the amateurs.
Oh. Is that also a tradition to play games for the lower league?
Depending on which league you're in, it can be. Yeah, there are Boxing Day games. Not all leagues do it, but there are Boxing Day games. Yeah. Bilal's done it again.
Bilal.
Oh, he's done it.
Thank you. I am Titanium. Every time you're coming in with these super chats, you don't have to, but I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Let's play the toot.
Yeah. I'll give him the blue.
Yeah, there it is. Bilal.
Another £2. Superb. Bilal gets the blue ones for that one.
Thank you, Bilal. Thank you, Bilal.
And blue. Didn't David Luiz pray to Torres as superstition? Well, it didn't work against Manchester United that time, where he missed an absolute perler of an open goal against us. Did it? So I don't know. Interesting. Interesting.
I don't remember this one. David Luiz. Yeah, that's the guy who played for Chelsea.
Excellent. We'll sort it out closer to time, Sean, and we will get together, pal.
Yeah, Sean is a decent guy,
Well, we need to get him into hotel football, see if he can go up the top, see if Webby and O'Neill will let him up upstairs.
Yeah. Webby and O'Neill. Yeah.
Yes, Webby. Yes.
They're like us, like two old guys.
Two old guys. Yeah, but they do their show out of hotel football, don't they? Because I know Gary Neville quite well, and Scholar, and Wesley Brown, and all that kind of stuff. So did Vicky, actually. Vicky knows them all as well.
Oh, nice. Big up. Yes. I haven't seen Vicky in a while. I hope you're well, Vicky, if you're listening in.
Yeah, she does listen. Yeah, she'll be listening in. I think she's watching Traitors, she said.
Okay. Stephanie confirms 8 p.m. kickoff, Man United, Newcastle, Boxing Day.
Is that still going ahead? Because, as I say, I did hear rumblings they were changing.
I'm not questioning Stephanie. Stephanie knows her stuff. So if Stephanie say it's an 8 p.m. kickoff, it is an 8 p.m. kickoff.
He's been to the roof 3 times, as Sean. Superb. It's all right up there, isn't it? It's not bad at all.
Sean, how much is it for a ticket when you go to the US, or how do you even get it? Do you have a local Man United supporter club that gives you tickets so you can travel? Because
you can. There's loads of supporters clubs in America.
Because I checked every game is almost sold out right now. It's hard to get tickets.
It's very expensive to go to Manchester United at the minute.
Yeah. Well, it is what it is. Let's go back to the.
I was watching Traitors. Is it tomorrow? Is it? I don't know when it's on. I haven't got a clue when Traitors is on.
I don't know about Traders. Yeah, we said a TV show about
Yeah, it's about being a traitor.
Celebrities playing a game and
being a traitor by all accounts.
We have something similar in Norway. I never watched it, but because I get too intrigued, I get sucked into it. So I
like it, because I get into
time to watch TV. That's my biggest problem.
TV either. That's my problem.
No. I spend my time death scrolling on the shorts, YouTube shorts, if I ever have the time. And then
yes, I do like them.
Yeah, it's not good. It's not good. let's go back to the tactical board and talk a little bit about football. You know, I know it's Thursday night, but we always do this too. Man United in black because we played in black shirts last game. I haven't had time to change it, and we have Spurs in white. So going formation wise, how do you see Thomas Frank line up this team? Because okay, we see a 4-2-3-1, but you know, I think one of the most important thing is the square, the box, solid box defensively with Bentancur, Palinha, Van de Ven, and Romero. Is there anything else we need to be aware of when it comes to this Thomas Frank formations too that you know of?
Yeah, and Doggy will be playing on the halfway line, and so will Porro.
Yes, so
that's where
they will actually be more of midfielders.
They'll be well advanced.
These are,
that's why they use the box with Bentancur and Palinha, because they push their fullbacks slow up the pitch. If you remember the damage and Doggy and Porro have both done to us over the last couple of seasons, they're very, very athletic, very, they penetrate well down the wings, both of them do. But it's Brennan Johnson, not Brendan. But the interesting thing will be if we can get at them, if we can double them, then they've got to stay in their half. Our biggest threat will be Ahmad and Dalo have got to be on their mettle with those two and push them back. A bit like Bradley for Liverpool spent 90% of the match in his own half because he was scared to advance against Vinicius, and yet he marked Vinicius. I think Vinicius is still in Bradley's pocket. I don't think he made the plane back to Madrid. I don't think Bradley would let him out. He marked him that well. But we caused him problems. Manchester United caused him problems. If you remember, he went off at half-time against Manchester United. We need to do exactly the same thing. We need to make the same approach away at Tottenham that we did away at Anfield, and that will be getting Mason Mount back in.
Yes, Belal, we are talking about.
Yes.
Moving forward. But so actually, you're saying Spurs will line up like in a. These are the defensive players, and these will be the attackers.
That's it. Yeah, Simmons won't drop in and help. They'll be relying on Doggy and Doggy. And Simmons, he's not a physical player. He may drop in there and just add that extra body, but he's not going to be in there for any disruptive. But
if you look at this too, if I do something like this, because I suspect we will try this.
I think we'll try that. Yeah.
Yeah. So 3 number 10s and a number 9. We will also have Ahmad coming on the outside, or depends, interchange with Mbumo. So who will do the defensive role? Will
Doggy
following all the way down? Can we try to pin down their fullbacks? Because I think the biggest threat coming from Spurs would be, for example, Pedro Porro coming here and putting crosses.
Well, we don't know too much about Muani, do we? In terms of his power in the air, in terms of his overall pace, in terms of his ability. We haven't picked the team yet, but I expect Maguire to come in.
Okay. So you suspect Lenny Yoro to be?
Unfortunately, I think Yoro will be replaced by Maguire.
Is that to defend crosses in the air? Because I don't think Koulibaly is really a big threat when it comes to aerial play. Same with Xavi Simons.
I'm thinking in the opposition half. I'm thinking in the attacking side. I think we'll use Maguire.
Okay.
So the problem is when you look at that setup, though, if you circle Xavi Simons, he's the key play to what I was telling you about. He won't be in there for any disruptive thing. But if they get quick turnover, Simmons will be away. So it's important that we're tight in that middle area. Casemiro will have to play slightly advanced. And you could say use Yoro for his pace, but I don't think we will. I'm pretty sure Maguire comes in on that one.
Okay.
But I look, Simmons, to be fair, hasn't really, in my
No,
opinion,
he hasn't set the Premier League on
set the
fire at
Premier League
all.
on
Yeah,
fire.
I was
But he could.
expecting much more. Yeah.
Yeah, me too. But he could, though, couldn't he, Jarvis? Saturday
Mm.
lunchtime could be his game. You know, people were saying how good what's it, Averts was against Madrid. He was
Mm.
okay, but a different game. Wasn't the Premier League. Simmons having the same problem as Verts. So he did look much better in midweek, Dave. I agree with you on that one, pal. But I think they'll bring in Richarlison anyway.
Yeah, the thing is with Koulibaly, I scouted him a little bit when he played in Germany, and for me, he's not a goal scorer. He's a guy who gets 12 assists and 12 goals for a full season. So he's involved with a lot of goals. He's more of a playmaker. He likes to drop down, receive the ball, and set up a lot of the.
But they haven't got an out-and-out finisher though.
No.
Which is why I think Richarlison will play. I'm not saying he's an out-and-out finisher, by the way, because I don't think he is. But I think he'll offer a better threat, a bigger threat against us. He's also a taller, bigger man, stronger man.
He is.
Hence why I think Maguire comes in.
Okay. So you see Lenny Yoro put on the bench, Delict playing on the right. So we go like this.
Yeah.
Okay. And Casemiro in front of them, shielding the back three.
Yeah, I think Casemiro. But to be honest, it's a perfect game for KB Mainoo.
But when you look at Spurs and the Thomas Frank setup, do you think they will do something similar? Like, I don't know if Bentancur will drop down or Palhinha could drop down.
Palhinha will be the one that drops in to cover the back four, straight back five. If Porro goes, you'll see Palhinha hold where you've got Casemiro now, you'll see Palhinha hold unless he sees license to go up and do it. So you're absolutely right. So the key element is if we get caught up too high up the pitch, Jarvis, and they get the ball to Simmons and they get the ball to, I don't think it'll be Brennan Johnson. I think it'll be Kudus.
Me too, but officially he's injured.
Officially, yeah. So, and if it is, then you're going to have real issues with pace. If it's Kudus. Johnson is quite quick, but I don't think you can get at him, can't you, Brennan Johnson? And so that will be my worry, will be on transition. But I think you set it up quite right with that quad. There's zone 14, Jarvis, of Romero, Van der Ven. Now, I think about Romero is this is why I'd like Mount there, because Mount have given no peace. And you know what? Romero, Romero's a moron.
Yeah. He's what's the name? Shithouser.
Yeah, but he's an accident waiting to happen as well. And I think that'll be absolutely critical. And although I'd love to see Sesko go at it again with Romero, I think Mount will be a better one because he'll be a bit fiery with him. He'll kick him. He'll pull him. I think we got to target Romero for him to lose his rag. But I think your setup's perfect. But you can see where the danger is if they get transition.
We have a question for you, Stu. You can answer this one.
We're absolutely. Look,
I don't think it's his cousin, maybe fourth cousin or something like way out there. But even if it's true,
we don't want Dalo starting. Me and Jarvis have been vocal about this for months. We don't want him starting. I would rather play Dorgu. I don't think Dorgu's the best defender anyway. He'll definitely match Kudus for pace if he comes in. And he's a very weak crosser of the football, but he's a better option, in my opinion, and Jarvis's opinion, than Dalo. I think if he's got any sense, he'll start with Mazzari there anyway, 12:09. That would be my choice. So if I was asked to pick the team, it wouldn't be Dalo, it'd be Mazzari for me. Ahmad, Maguire in. Casemiro is going to start, Jarvis. I think we know that, don't we?
We know Casemiro, but our biggest advantage in this game, we have fresh legs. Spurs went away to, they played at home against FC Copenhagen. But a lot of their players, and counting in all their injuries at the moment, they don't have a big squad as well, they have on paper, but
There's
not.
no goal scoring threat, is there? The first
No.
thing you notice about Tottenham is there's no what we would call real goal scoring threat. But we've seen Mickey van der Ven do something like that, what he did against Copenhagen. We've seen him do it before, not particularly against us, but we've seen him do runs of that nature before. So we know he's a threat. So my area of target would be, I would target Romero all day long. I'd be in his face constantly, making him get upset, making him get pissed off, and make him make a challenge. If Polinia plays, you've got him in exactly the right position, Jarvis. It's where I've called out for a CDM for years, pal. He's so simple. It's so simple. But they're not great moving forward. Once you get, because that's not, when you look at a back four, Jarvis, that's not the world's worst that Tottenham are putting in there. Plus Polinia, Vicario, that's a nice 6. But they've not got a great deal moving forward after that. So
Pedro Porro will be attacking all the time.
So will Nduggy. Nduggy will be exactly the same. That's what they do.
Yeah, but Nduggy is more of an inverted guy. He comes in this channel. You remember Nicky Williams against us last game? I think Thomas Frank will have analyzed and know he will try to pin down one of the centre back and force Ahmad to be the defender against Odegaard. I'm almost certain we will see this.
Which is why Delit's a better option there.
Okay.
Because
it's more commanding, and
exactly. Yoro's a fantastic footballer. Yoro is a fantastic footballer, and he's going to grow into the Manchester United shirt, that kid, and he really is going to be a top draw centre half. But there are games at the moment where, and you've seen managers do this, and the devilish tacticos will be victims of it themselves. You're not tall enough to play today. Gary Neville tells the story. Paul Scholes tells the story. You're not playing why you're not tall enough. Well, I was tall enough last week, but not today. There's something in the mindset of a manager, something in the mindset of a player. De Ligt will be more powerful against Nduggy, and Doggy's I was going to say dogged then.
Yeah, but he's a strong player. He's strong. Yeah, he has physicality.
You want to match
physicality. I think he's one of the better players in the Premier League in his role. Yeah.
Yeah, but Yoro is a fantastic footballer. He really is. But I would play a bit more strength at the back, and then use our creative players, Bruno Cunha and Bumo in particular, to really push us up the pitch. Because don't forget, Bumo will pick up the ball where he is now. So will Cunha. They'll pick up the ball there anyway. Ahmad will drift into space and pick up the ball from deep around the halfway line as well. So we'll be able to attack them from deep. So, for us, actually, I'm feeling a bit more confident now. I'm looking at their side and looking at their threat element. But they are not bad defensively.
Like I say, you reckon that Lamens will try to hit it long to Mbumo, or maybe Sesko will drift into this area too, and we will try to create an overload,
or across the right as Sesko is looking at Lamens. It'll either be left or right. Yeah, absolutely, I totally agree.
It's not a bad idea. I wouldn't, if I was Amorim, I would actually consider this a viable idea.
Simmons isn't going to come and pick up Sesko there, is he? He's not. Simmons isn't going to pick up Mbumo there either. Mbumo's too big. He's too strong.
So actually, Xavi Simons would be the guy to try to exploit and try to figure out who's Xavi Simons' guy and force him to.
Two people to exploit. There's Romero and the Simmons.
Yeah. So you have Romero, but Cunha will be on Romero's case all the time, and we know Cunha. He likes to receive the ball. And he tries to turns with it. And Romero, yes, he's strong, he's relentless, he's a hard guy. He knows how to play a centre back, but Cunha has something extra. He has the X factor, and he would actually try to turn, and he will. I bet my left nuts that he will make a fool of Romero a couple of times at least during the game.
We're going to get a penalty. We will probably end up with a penalty at the weekend. To be honest, I'm not saying it's odds on, but it's close to. I would bet you would likely to get a penalty, even if you have Mount doing it on him as well, Jarvis, because the way that Mount plays, you're talking about Xavi Simons. Having Mount in there would be 1209 has asked us whether or not we would Is it Sesko or Mount? We're a little bit torn with that 11209 because I think Mount would be perfect, ideal candidate to piss Simmons off as well. With the way that he plays.
Well, it depends on the tactics because you're up against Palinha, Van de Ven, and Romero. If you want to play it long, if you want to go long ball, you need a guy like Sesko, I think.
Correct. That's correct. So really interesting. But the good thing about it is, Jarvis, which we didn't have last year, and we forget we've got this year, we can really mix it up. Your point there is absolutely, I was going to say on point then, better not, but perfect. Because Van de Ven, we know, is a powerful animal. Romero's a shithouse, so you want power up there. Cunha's got power, and Bumo's got power. Sesko's got power, absolutely. And then, as I said to you before, Simmons isn't going to outmuscle and Bumo. If he drifts across the Cunha side, he's not going to outmuscle Cunha. He's evenly matched, in my opinion, with Bruno. And then he's going to come up against the Casemiro. So he's going to rely on Bentancur to be his battering ram for him.
Yeah.
But you're right. So it will be an interesting matchup.
We're looking at this, Brendan Johnson is not a particularly defensive player.
He's a weak
same
player
goes for Pedro Porro. So the only defensive guy would be on the right side. So in this game, we talked about defending, overloading on our right side versus left side. I think maybe the wise idea would be trying to go down this flank and attack Romero.
Dorgo's a better option, isn't he? Then Dorgo's a better option than Dalo.
Yeah, because we need. I 100% agree. Would be Dorgo on this and just let him talk the line all the time and
better option.
And either make Pedro Porro pin him down or Brendan Johnson out here. We want to create space for Cunha to do his thing.
Yes. Yeah. So I think Brendan Johnson will be the one that ends up. I agree with you. I think Porro's too forward thinking. He's a good defender though. If you remember last season, if you remember in the Europa League final, he played the one-on-one quite nicely. Wasn't brilliant, but he did enough, didn't he, in the one-on-one positions? And that's where Undogi, it's when I really noticed Undogi, that particular game. I thought he was excellent. I'll be honest with you. I thought he was absolutely superb, and I like him. So Simmons is a weak link for them. It really does depend whether or not Kudus gets a start, and I think they probably...
But knowing Thomas Frank, he has already analyzed this, and... if I was Thomas Frank, I would do something like this. I would put in Sarr.
Yes, of course.
And put him in a midfield three solid defenders and just give Udogie and Porro more freedom to run forward all the time.
So what we're saying, old friend, and this goes back to what I was talking about in the summer. I'm sorry to, and I'm not a told you so kind of guy, Jarvis, as you well know.
No.
If you take Palinha out of that system and you put Sarr in because they think Palinha is injured, that system falls to pieces.
Yes.
The importance of one player. We talk about it all the time, don't we?
We do.
The importance of Palinha to Tottenham, which nobody thought would happen. Everybody thought his legs had gone. Everybody.
Yeah, but his role is not about legs, that's
it's thought.
A central player it's all about this brain. One. It's not about the legs.
He hasn't got legs. Brain.
Yeah.
Rodri, brain. It's all about brain power. Anderson, he's got both actually, hasn't he? He's got legs and he's got brain. So if Sarr comes in, I think it's a completely different game. And I think we don't overhaul them in midfield, but I think our strategy will be to attack with that front six for sure.
I just want to say Stu, sorry for because I'm watching. I see the chat goes quiet right now when we have these talks, and I just want to say, people, I hope you enjoy what Stu and I are trying to create. We are trying to create a footballing debate when you talk about the finer nuances of the game. You can go to every other tactical channel and they will tell you how it's supposed to be. But, that's not football. If I was a manager, I would have, like, for example, Stu as my assistant coach, and we can sit there for 5 hours talking about how to approach the game. And this is, I learned this from my own experience as a footballer, talking with my teammates, talking with the coach, thinking of how and what would happen. And this is football. So I hope you enjoy it. And
Yeah.
I don't think you get this on not many channels, at least. So
I don't
please
think
do
you
us
get
a
it on
favor,
any.
smash the like and subscribe to the
Yeah,
Tactical
yeah.
Devils, because this is
No,
what we do
yeah.
best.
No, I hope you enjoy it. Yeah, because it's worth pointing out, by the
Not
way,
to
me and
toot my
Jarvis
own
are.
horn or anything. I'm just saying,
Well, we're
pointing
not
it out.
licensed coach. We're not licensed coaches, are we? We're being
Mm,
first to admit it. I'm not a licensed coach. Being first to admit it. I just love talking football. So Palini will be the key, really. And if
thanks, Jamie.
thank you, Jamie. Thank you. And if Palini comes out, Sarr can't do what Palini does, so they're going to be relying on Bentancur to take up the Palini role. And I don't think that. I think they're chalk and cheese. He's a brilliant footballer, Bentancur. Let's be honest. He's a very, very good player, but he's not got the IQ as Palini. And as Sean says, if you can read the game, I mean, Sean's always heard me speak about this a lot, and Sean talks about it on his channel. Just check out Sean's channel, by the way. It's top drawer. If you can read the game, have solid football IQ, you don't need to be the quickest. Absolutely. That's why I'm still playing, Sean. Well, I'm not the quickest. I can hardly run, but I've got some footballing IQ. I know where to be at the right time. Now, this is a great point. This is something that I wanted to come on, and I was kind of making that point at the time, Jarvis, that if Vicario's on his game, like he was in the Europa League, and he's been the last couple of matches against us, he's difficult to beat, isn't he? He's a difficult keeper to beat. If Van der Ven,
as I said, the third highest rated goalkeeper in the Premier League. I said it in the beginning with when it comes to save percentage.
If Romero has his worldie of a game again, like he has against us, and he stays on the pitch, it's a problem. So I expect them to go low block, like you said, Jarvis, at once. But I expect them to try and hit us hard and with pace, providing Kudus plays. Kudus doesn't play. I think they're quite weak up top. That's why I expect Maguire to come in.
Yeah.
But I think Borgu's got to play.
You see, this is where how we probably line up, as we said, and what we can expect. The only uncertainty is Dorgu.
That's the only he plays Dalo. I think we both know that, don't we, Jarvis? If we're being honest, he plays Dalo, but I would play Dorgu in this.
Well, if he plays Dalo again, I think it's not on merit. He plays favorites, and I don't think it will come good. I think Amorim will put himself under unnecessary scrutiny. He should mix it up just for the sake of it. Because we're not blind, we're not stupid, even though we're football fans.
Yeah, you should rotate. I'm a big believer you should rotate anyway.
Yeah.
For a bit of freshness anyway. I mean, look, we gave Dalo a bit of stick for the second goal, didn't we, against Forest last week? But actually, if you look at it and we analysed it, didn't we, Jarvis? And we identified it was Bruno that was probably at fault. Position alongside Dalo, marking nobody.
Yeah,
marking zero. And we analysed that, and by looking at the game, we realised that if Bruno had covered, they wouldn't have got the 1-2 in. But so look. For me, it's got to be Dorgu. It has to be Dorgu. I think he'll stop Porro. He's as quick as Porro anyway, isn't he? He's strong. For me, Dorgu should be the one.
Yeah. But the only thing that worries me with Dorgu is his defensive capabilities. He will be. Brendan Johnson likes to go wide. Same with Porro. So they will try to overload Dorgu all the time. So we have to rely on Luke Shaw doing the right thing. And I'm not sure if Cunha will track back in the same way as we see with Mbumo helping out Ahmad. So Dorgu will be left on his own a lot of the time. So do we risk it? Do we risk Dorgu? Do we put our bets on Dorgu being the guy who will block the crosses?
I think so. I think he's more athletic. But you're right about Johnson, Brendan Johnson. If you remember how he scored his goal, he came in at the back stick. Do you remember?
I remember.
Was it doggy cross to Johnson at the back stick? Or was it a Porro cross to Johnson at the back stick? Might be a Porro cross. Anyway, he came in and scored his goal at the back stick. So you're right. He plays out wide and cuts in. That's what he does. And you're going to be relying on Cunha or Bruno to allow
be the guy who sweeps up.
Sweeps up, allowing Casemiro to watch and dictate the play from our point of view. So you don't get your CDM. This is why Palini is so good, by the way, and Rodri is so good. Sander Berge is so good. They watch what goes on in front of them. They've got a whole picture of what goes on, and they're orchestrating all the time. Casemiro's got to get back to doing that. He's done it the last few games. Not so good against Forest because he was off. It was off the pace against Forest. Get back to it. Start dictating the play like he did at Liverpool.
But when it comes to Dorgu, I'm not fully convinced that he should start. I agree when it comes to the offensive part of the game, but the defensive part of the game. But, it's not the same as me saying I trust Dalo, because I don't trust Dalo either. So this is where the dilemma lies. We have two guys who can't be trusted.
Do you know where I'm with that?
For me, then we have the only one we have left is a guy like Masraoui.
Yeah.
And we also have Bobby, that will never happen, but we have Luke Shaw as an option if we want to cross on the first touch and being defensive solid to block the crosses. And
yes, we do. Yes, we
do. Play Lenny Yoro as the left centre back.
As left centre back, where he's comfortable. Yeah. He's comfortable at left centre back. He's not comfortable at right centre back, and that's fine. He's 19 years old, Jarvis. I ain't got an issue with that. No. One thing for me on this one is what your point is about: do you play Dalo or do you play Dorgu? I don't think it matters. That's where I'm at with it now, Jarvis. I don't think it matters. Does Dorgu make a mistake or does Dalo make a mistake? One of them's going to make a mistake, aren't they?
Yeah.
That's where I'm at with it. So, Ahmad made a mistake. Wasn't strong enough for the Gibbs White header. But he addressed that in the press conference. That's the risk I'm willing to take. That's the gamble I'm willing to take to get Ahmad up in the attacking third. So I understand that. And I like his sincerity about that, the way that he come across and he mentioned it. So I've got to be honest with you, pal. I don't see Tottenham hurting us.
Well, it has to be, obviously it has to be on set pieces. I think that's the only worry. I don't see them coming in.
That's why I think Maguire comes in. That's why I think Maguire comes in.
Yeah.
Because Van der Ven's decent in the air, Porro's decent in the air, but so is Romero. And Paulina, if he plays, ain't bad in the air.
Yeah. Okay. I think we solved the puzzle, when it comes to the preview. Is there any other things you want to mention when it comes to the lineup and how you expect us to play? Or
no, I think we've covered it. To be honest, I was really enjoying it as well.
Yeah, me too.
Absolutely loved it. And you're right about the chat. They do, when we start getting into it, they do stop. They don't speak to they? It's quite nice. We're so thank you. So very grateful for that. I think we should we just pay a little bit of homage to Manchester United ending Chelsea's 40 game winning run 20 years ago today.
You wanted to, you sent me a text on WhatsApp. You wanted to talk a little bit about it. I didn't have the time to get some footage from the game, but it's interesting. So guys, we want to take you back to the holy year of 2005. Stu, you can tell the rest.
Yeah, 2005. Chelsea are on an unbeaten 40-match winning run. I think Fergie's in his 19th year. Yes, he would have been in his 19th year at that point, wouldn't he? And I think we were struggling. Big Rude came out. If you remember the kit, Vodafone sponsor, I'm pretty sure it was Vodafone. We had the white kind of, bit like this, but they were white. Nike kit, and Rude comes out. Can you put the two teams up? Did I send you?
I can find it. Give me 2 seconds. Keep talking.
It'd be great to go back and look at the quality that both teams had on show. And the reason I wanted to bring it up is, it's an anniversary and it's a big thing for for Manchester United. But B, we've often speak about there are no types of players. There's no Drogba anymore. There's no Cesc Fabregas anymore. There's no Thierry Henry anymore. There's no Giggs anymore. There's no Scholes anymore. There's no Van Nistelrooy anymore. You know, and I just wanted to talk about the quality of the players, and we have got some footage, and we were hoping to, but Jarvis and myself, we haven't had time, unfortunately. We were hoping to do a little bit of a clip about it and just analyze the game and go through it with you, so we won't be able to do that tonight, but we'll try and do it moving forward, so we can. But I want to talk about yesteryear, but. If you haven't got the teams, Jarvis.
There's no one who has well, maybe ESPN. Maybe so many web pages. None of them have graphics over the lineups. That's the. Let's see.
Yeah, hold on, pal.
Okay, I have it here. But this is the lineup. So
you got
guys.
It. So lineup for us was Edwin in goal, John O'Shea, Wes Brown, Mikel Silvestre, Rio Ferdinand. So we were playing looks like a 4-4-2 then for sure. She'd have had O'Shea
and left back and Wes Brown right back.
Right back, yeah. And then you'd have had Silvestre, O'Shea and Rio playing in the middle. Darren Fletcher who got the goal, Scholar, Alan Smith, if you remember Smithy. Rooney and Ruben Van Nistelrooy. Now let's just check out our bench. Our bench, we had Ji-sung Park, Phil Butt. So we had quite a weak bench that day. Yeah, we did. And there was only 5 substitutes allowed. So we had quite a weak bench that day. We all know Giuseppe Rossi, Kieran Richardson, Phil Barsley. Park Ji-sung was the only one that got on. Now, if you look at the Chelsea side.
Let's look at the Chelsea
That's
side.
It. You click on Chelsea. So look at Chelsea. Peter Cech in goal. Right back of Ferreira. It would have been Gallas and Terry in the middle with, I don't remember. Let's have a look. Who was, were they playing the 3 at the back?
Let's
have a look at that side, their side.
Asier del Horno is a Spanish defender.
And they brought on Carlton Cole to get the goal. So the Premier they're playing 4 at the back with Essien, Makalele, Johnson, Lampard, and Joe Cole. Yeah, so they're perhaps playing 4 at the back. But their bench, Cola Cudicini, Drogba, I mean, crikey, Damien Duff and Drogba. So they're playing 2 wingers. So that would have been Wright Phillips. So let's have a look. They play Damien Duff as one winger, Joe Cole probably on the other, Drogba up top, Essien and Makalele. What a fucking field that is. Essien, Makalele and Lampard. Wow, what a game. So I just wanted to bring it up because we will get this back up and we will do a video analysis of the game where we can. We've only managed to find 3 or 4 minutes of the game so far, but we'll try and do a video analysis of this game. But I thought it was quite poignant today that we stopped Chelsea's 40 match unbeaten run, and that happened today. That happened in 2005 today.
2005, yes. So 20 years ago.
20 years ago today.
Wow, is it 20 years? 2005. Yes. It feels like 5 years ago, to be honest.
It's unbelievable.
I'm getting too old.
Where are those players today? Where are teams like that so evenly matched of absolute quality, all both starting 11s?
But can you imagine we beat their 40 games unbeaten record with a bench like that?
I know, it's amazing.
Howard, Richardson, it's
he made one sub. He made one sub.
Park, that's the only one.
Park, and Darren Fletcher got the goal.
Yeah,
got some important goals as well. Fletcher did, but he got the goal. I think it was a header. Could be wrong.
It was a header. Yeah,
it was
like a loopy header.
I thought it was
almost like the cross hit him and like.
Yeah, the Czech was an outstanding goalkeeper. Van der Sar was an outstanding goalkeeper. Van Nistelrooy, Drogba, 2 of the best strikers to grace the Premier League. Frank Lampard, Paul Scholes, two of the best attacking midfielders to grace the Premier League. Rio Ferdinand, John Terry, two of the very best central defenders to grace the Premier League. I could go on, gentlemen and ladies. That you don't get that anymore. It just doesn't happen anymore. And I drool about stuff like that. So anyway, we just thought we'd bring it up.
SDN, Makelele playing.
Oh, Makelele.
Yeah, this is a solid midfielder. He invented the Makelele role, He
did. He did. He did. And Makelele, Essien took it on, didn't he? Took it further.
And Obi Mikel.
Idiger Johnson came off the bench.
I think Chelsea won the away game 3-0.
We were beaten 3-1.
Johnson scored 3-1 or
3-1. Yeah. That was earlier on in the season, wasn't it?
Yeah.
But we also went with Arsenal's unbeaten run. That's right. We did. And I'll never forget that game because Phil Neville absolutely battered Juan Antonio Reyes, if you remember. Absolutely took him to pieces. It was absolutely brilliant. So just a little bit of nostalgia. So we're going to try and over the next few shows.
But guys, let's do a little competition. So guys, go into the show, into the chat afterwards, and tell us a little bit about what type of game you want us to go through and talk a little bit about. If there's anything you remember, going back from the 80s, 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000s, whatever, if there's anything special, anniversaries, special players who needs shout outs or mentioned, that would be great. Quick question from Fred. Essien and Obi Mikel, was it two that got away, or did we dodge a bullet?
Essien got away. Obi Mikel dodged a bullet.
I mean, he was quite solid when he played for Chelsea.
He was on his way to sign for us.
He did sign for us.
I think he did sign for us, didn't
he?
And
he went into hiding because Chelsea said, go hide. Nothing official. We got
10 million quid for it, though, didn't we? Yeah, we got 10 million quid for it. Essien was an absolute beast. I thought he was a phenomenal footballer.
Essien, did he come from Monaco? Was he one of the...
I'm not quite sure where
the great Monaco team of Jean Tigana, the French legend.
He came from France. He came from France, but I don't think it was Monaco. I know which team you're talking about. You're talking about the Henry, the Trezeguet.
No, they lost the Champions League final against, was it Real Madrid? They lost 3-0.
Wasn't that the Trezeguet?
It might.
Or was it the Falco? Was it the Falco? Falcao. Might have been Falcao up top four. I can't quite remember, but anyway,
I can't.
He was an absolute beast. He did come from France. I thought he came from Lille, but could be wrong. Let us know. The devilish tactique goes on now.
The devilish tactique, guys. We have time for a couple of questions. We have a couple of questions in. One from Catherine coming in and say, lads, do you think Ruben trusts Kobe?
No, not hoping hell.
No,
not hoping hell. He's not even introducing Kobe into games where he can make a difference. He's coming on with 8 minutes to go, 5 minutes to go, 10 minutes to go. You trust a player, you bring them on 48, 49, 55. That's where you trust a footballer.
But
optimum area.
Just a quick question to follow up on this one when it comes to Kobe. Because, we analyze, we talk about this, Ruben Amorim doesn't rate Kobe, but why exactly doesn't he rate Kobe?
Well,
what is Ruben Amorim looking for? And why is not Kobe it? Because he's one of the biggest midfield talents in the world. He played in the Euros final for England.
Yeah,
it was brilliant coming up as a teenager.
Leon Essien, not Leon. I knew it was close.
Thanks, Dave. Thanks.
Cheers, Dave. Thank you for that, Paul. Do you question his attitude then? Does he have an attitude problem? Is there an attitude that Mainoo is demonstrating towards Amorim that Amorim just won't accept and he will not tolerate. I sent you, because we've been laughing about it the last couple of weeks, I sent you the Sharpie interview, didn't I?
Yeah. That was...
And you were laughing. I just imagine you laughing, you know. The way that Sharpie talks about that, he's red, he's frothing at the mouth, you know. Thought I was going to get clipped around the ear, but those guys knew enough not to show attitude, didn't they, in training? They all knew. You train hard and you play hard. Maybe Mainoo is training hard outside of the club, but not inside of the club. Maybe he's lazy inside the club, but not demonstrating that outside the club. This is all suggestion. Got no idea. I've got no idea whether he is. There is something not right that they are polar opposites. So like two magnets coming together, Jarvis, and they're meeting, and they're just something isn't working. And you know, they're and I don't know what it is, and it saddens me, Catherine. No nonsense, Madade. It saddens me because I'm with you. I think he's an absolute phenomenal footballer, and I'm on record here saying he needs to develop himself into a six, and he would be a brilliant six for us. He really, really would be a brilliant six. But he doesn't seem to want to do that, and that's absolutely fine. No problem. He wants to be a 10. Great. No problem. Or an 8. No problem. But if you can't get in as an 8 because of Bruno, take a step back and a deep breath, talk to Amorim and say, what about this? And then Amorim's going to come back to you and say, actually, maybe I'm going to phase Bruno out. But I can't phase him out at the minute because I need him, and I need you to be patient with me. Now, he's not.
Yeah, but then he would give him at least a sniff of the first team.
He's not going to the World Cup.
You know, you put him on against Grimsby if he was a prospect, academy prospect. You know, he's not.
He's not a prospect. No, he needs to be the optimum time. And I genuinely mean this. It's between 48 minutes and 55.
Yeah.
Okay. Then you've got enough time to demonstrate your ability in a football match. Okay. And so
at least it has to be consistent. You know,
you've got to be consistent to do that.
Him on, not every game, but at least every other game. Give him half an hour, 40 minutes. You know,
so something's not clicking with them, Jarvis.
I agree with you, Stu, when you say something is not clicking. But you know, I wrap my mind around it, try to figure out what's actually going on with a player like Kobbie Mainoo, because personally, I don't think it's nothing wrong with his attitude.
No, you're probably right.
Maybe he can be perceived as being lazy because he's a laid-back guy. And as you said, I think there's something about the personalities of Ruben Amorim and what he expects from a player, and Kobbie Mainoo not acting like the player Amorim expects a player to be.
Yes.
But, you know, he has the talent, and sometimes a manager needs to ease up a little bit. You can't be too rigid. You know, Ferguson did this with Cantona, for example. It's not about playing favorites, but you got to realize that every person is not the same. And you can't put everybody into the same box. Because if Kobbie Mainoo, maybe if he's going to thrive to become the player he was, he needs a little bit of freedom to be himself. And I don't think, I don't see Kobbie Mainoo as a rebel. I don't think he goes, opposes Ruben Amorim. I don't think he goes against him. I think he puts his head down, and I think he goes into training every day. He does his best. But again, you know, maybe, you know, he's a little bit too relaxed. Maybe he's not asking for, maybe it's not saying, maybe Amorim is just testing him to see Kobbie Mainoo to come in and say, Gaffer, I need to play now.
He's too introvert. I've got no doubts about that. I think he's too introvert. And by being too introvert, he's appearing lazy.
Yeah.
By being too introvert, he's not knocking on the gaffer's door saying, "Hey, come on, give me a shot. Let me do this. Let me do that." It's is that Jamie Wayne?
No, it's Jamie's
name.
Jamie's name. No, it's a new guy. It's probably just a
What have you done there, Jamie?
It's his nemesis, not Jamie Wayne. It's Jamie's Payne.
This is nemesis, is it? It looks the same picture, whatever. Anyway, the thing is, he could well be, but the problem is, we'll never know unless somebody comes out and says this is the situation. We'll never know. But what it is a great shame. I'll give you that. Jamie Wayne, what the fuck? Sorry, Jamie. As I said, sorry, mate. You're the number one, pal. Don't you worry. You're our number one. Mate.
The original Jamie Wayne, not Jamie Payne.
You're our number one, mate. You're our number one.
Another question coming in from J United, Obi Copes coming in and say, question, what's the thought on Sesko settling in? Only main striker at the club again. Does he need help? Rotate with another natural striker, or is it a problem with Sesko?
Too early to tell. You're 10 games into a new season. It's too early to tell. Look at Isak at Liverpool. I know he's injured at the moment, but I think it's a fake injury. I think they've dropped him, and they can't come out and tell people they've dropped him. 140 million, scoring goals for fun up at Newcastle. Yeah. You know, you can't seem to get a tune out of Isak. We've seen it before in the past with older players. Torres going from Liverpool to Chelsea, it just didn't work out from Chelsea, but he was phenomenal at Liverpool. We've been really lucky with our acquisitions of Cunha and Mbumo.
Yeah,
Gyökeres, very hit and miss for Arsenal at the moment, scoring goals for fun. I think it's a bit too early to say, Jay. It's a great question because we've always said, as you well know, our friend, that me and Jarvis in particular agree on this. Højlund needed a Harry Kane type striker alongside him to help him. So do we need somebody like I don't know. Actually, this is the problem, Jarvis. I don't know off the top of my head who you would put alongside Sesko for him to learn from. There's no Ruben van Nistelrooy anymore, is there? There's no Didier Drogba. There's no Ian Rush. These players don't seem to exist anymore, do they?
It must be like us bringing in a player like, for example, let's say Ivan Toney, or comes on top of my head, you know, someone that used to be a good striker who can come in and actually accept being second fiddle, but come in and like push him.
You're barrel scraping there, though, aren't you, pal? Yeah, that's your point. You know your football, and you can't think of us. Nor me. I couldn't think of a striker who you would now bring in to help him. They don't exist anymore. It's such a shame, and so I don't know what you would do, because all the strikers, the main strikers in clubs. I mean, would you bring in a Robert Lewandowski if you could? Probably.
Yeah,
probably you would. He's maybe the only one you would bring in. Because you're not going to get Harry Kane, I don't think. So maybe, we did Cavani. I mean, I maintain Cavani was absolutely brilliant for us. I don't know what the hell we let him go for, quite frankly, but there you go.
Yeah, but it is a worry that we didn't help Rasmus as well, and now we're doing the same thing against Sesko. Sesko.
Sorry, Jarvis. Shushko. But it's a great question, Jane. It's great. I do think it's a little bit early to tell, but I also agree that I think he does need somebody, because you're not going to bring in Ollie Watkins, are you, to mentor Šeško? Not going to happen.
No. That will be too expensive. But as I'm saying, we need someone who's not on top of their game.
Yeah,
maybe on the decline, but you have the experience and know-how to be a Premier League striker, and has been doing it for years and years.
No Henrik Larsson anymore, is there, Jarvis, that you can get from Celtic? There's no Henrik Larsson. You know, these players don't. It's such a. I think Lewandowski and Kane are the only ones that would spring to mind for me.
Yeah. I agree.
To be honest,
we have time for one more question. Say again.
That's shocking, though, isn't it, buddy? That's terrible that we can only think.
If any of you have any Suggestions,
Danny Welbeck's a good dude. No, Danny Welbeck's a great shout. Now that is a great shout. I'd agree with that. I'd go with that. It's a great shout. Yeah, I'd be happy with that. Yeah. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. If Toto Scalacci is still alive, get Scalacci back in.
Scalacci. Goal.
Only had a golden season. Earned enough money on his golden season. Credit where credit's due to the kid. Popped in there. Barlow Rossi as well. What a legend he was. Absolutely brilliant.
Last question of the night comes in from Antaya Simba. Would you give or put Masraoui at left wing back?
Yes, I would. Why not? Again, we're in a situation, Jarvis. What do you have to lose? He's going to perform better than Dalo, isn't he? Let's be honest.
No, we can't trust. I can't trust either of them. So we stuck with Malacia or Masraoui for me now, or Luke Shaw.
Like I like Masraoui at left back. I've got no issue with that. No problem at all.
Or no even play Masraoui as left wide centre back and Luke Shaw.
And put Luke Shaw I'll put Yoro in as left wide centre back.
The problem with Luke Shaw, you can't trust him, and especially when you get the strain of playing wing back, you have to run a lot, and I don't see Luke Shaw doing that without getting injured. So, I think it's just one of them. You just got to play it safe.
Oh, Jesus, Jamie's that guy, Jamie Payne, whoever he is. Taken Jamie's picture off his Facebook. Let's bang out of order, Jamie Wayne. Try and find out who it is. That's not
okay. Well, people don't steal each other's identity.
No, please don't do that. That's not what this channel's about.
No,
please do not do that.
I know. Obviously, it's for a joke, but it's don't do it.
Please don't.
Well, guys,
I've enjoyed it, Jarvis, tonight. I've had a great time.
Yeah, it was a good talk. Great with interactions with the chat. Great chat always, and we had a good footballing debate. This is Thursday's show, the XG files as we call the show officially, and it's just about nerd fest, talking about tactics and football, and this is just for us footballing nerds as we are on the Tactical Devils. We are 1 hour 56 minutes into the show. It's time to call it a night. It's been a great show. If you haven't, it's time to smash the like, and if you're new, please subscribe to the Tactical Devils. We are on a road to 2,000, but we are on 1,570 subscribers right now. But I hope that we can achieve 2,000 at least during the season, because YouTube isn't helping us.
2,000.
It's going slowly and steadily upwards and onwards. Thank you, Jay. Thank you. Great stream job, since to everyone. Yeah. Well, guys, we will be back Saturday. What time do you reckon?
Well, it's a bit of a tricky one for me, because obviously during the day I've got family commitments, so and it's a 12:30 kickoff, so 8 o'clock maybe.
Around, yeah.
So we'll go for 8. We'll try 8 o'clock. I'm sorry if that's no good for everybody.
Or maybe 7. Let's see.
It's a late game. It's an 8 o'clock kickoff.
Yeah.
We'll have a look.
Just press that bell notification, and you will most likely get a bell notification, because YouTube have changed the rules. So now they only send out a notification to 25% of the I don't know why, because they have everything is AI now. So that's why everything is changing up.
It's only Chelsea Wolves at 8, Sunderland Arsenal at 5:30.
I don't care. Let's go. Let's aim for 8. We're aiming for 8. But keep your eyes out, and maybe we'll go a little bit earlier or later. It's Saturday night, so you don't want to go too late. Well, thank you, everybody. It's been a great show, and hopefully we will see you on Saturday. So, I forgot one thing, Stu.
Oh, I was doing the salute.
Yes, you were doing the salute. You gave your prediction 2-1.
Yes, I went 2-1. Yes.
And I promised people I was going to give my prediction later, and now is the time. So we have my prediction is I think we will see another draw. I think we will concede on set pieces. Van de Ven, Romero, someone will score, but I don't think we will lose. I think the mentality of the team is better. So I think we will end up with the draw, and my prediction is 1-1. I'm same as Dave, and Jay comes in say 2-1 to United. So yeah.
No apologies needed, Jamie. I'd have been fuming, mate. I don't like stuff like that, pal. No apologies needed, buddy.
Simba comes in and say, I think we're going to lose. I'm going for 3-1 Spurs. Okay.
Look, got no issue with that. You know, that's the idea of this channel. You can, talk about what you want, scores, what you want. You know, no problem at all. It's been a great show, though.
It's been a great show. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. We will see you on the next one. Have a good night, and bye.